Hello.
Hello, Rev. Are we live?
Yes.
You guys sound like you're dead.
Waking up, but we're here.
Okay, so who would like to cap us off from what happened last time?
I can go.
Feel free.
All right, so last week our adventurers finished their performance on the lake and returned the missing child to her father. For this, they received a few, I believe there was a dozen potions, as well as 650 gold pieces. They were also sidetracked by a glorious carpet, which they were unfortunately unable to acquire because it was too expensive. They then received some foreboding warnings from one of the elves and were offered a preposition which they were themselves quite uneasy with. They returned to the town and found a commotion in front of the church. Oh, sorry, I skipped a part. Afterwards, as they were leaving the village, they investigated the black needles, which they had acquired at the Hag Run granary, and discovered that these needles were used for ascertaining whether the children had souls or not. They attempted to destroy these evil implements, but two of the party were wounded in the attempt. Heading to the church, they found a commotion as the bones of the protecting saint had been stolen away at some time the previous day, or earlier that day. The party promised to find the bones, and following up on some evidence they had found, they sought the bones in the home of a coffin maker. They have yet to explore the house, however, as they were accosted by 5 vampire spawn. So as we're leaving the party, they are just finishing or just ready to start investigating the house.
Very good. The party and everyone in it can have inspiration for this session. Moira, you had just noticed the large hole that Nulla had stepped over and the ring that came flying off the vampire's hand, and you caught it, I believe.
Yep, if I remember correctly, I dove to catch it, and I did, so she is currently on the floor looking down with it in her hand.
Yes, it is a black band that looks to be of some sort of dark iron material, and it has a single red garnet in it. You hear the sudden, silky, smooth voice of a male figure or a male person coming through the ring. Naughty, naughty. You shouldn't take things that don't belong to you, it says.
Does it sound like Strahd?
Yes.
Okay. Moira will get off the floor and wrap the ring in some cloth and put it in the bag of holding until we get a time to look at it more.
In the hole in the middle of the floor, you see there is a smallish crawl space, enough for a person to be crouched in, and there it seems to be swarming with beetles and centipedes and things of that like.
Fireball?
I don't know. I don't think we want to risk burning up the bones.
Yeah, we gotta find those first.
You're not sure where in the house they could be, but you haven't explored the entire house yet, so...
Oh shit.
Yes, you come across the very, very grey and bloodless-looking corpse of Henrik.
I believe we made a mistake in leaving the keys.
Tiny, I think my token's locked again.
How very peculiar. Try dragging another one out.
No, I'm not able to grab it. And
Can you move this one?
yes,
Very peculiar. Are you using Firefox or Chrome? Or
I am on Chrome.
could be a Chrome issue then, but as long as it's working. There is an item resting in his hands, clutched in a death-like grip. Or rather, he has something clearly clutched in his hands in a death-like grip.
Can I inspect what he's holding?
You certainly can.
What do I see?
You see his hands tightly gripped around something. Give me a roll of a d100. So you get a 93. Okay, and choose between 1 and 12. I'll let you just choose the number for this one for the table.
8.
There is a chalice in his hands with the words Vitae in Latin around the top of the rim. The chalice is made of a strange looking off gold colour.
Have I taken it out of his hand, or am I just seeing it in his hand?
You've pried open his hands, you see it in his hands.
I will pick it up.
It feels oddly warm to the touch, sort of a bit higher than room temperature.
I will admire it and show it to the rest of the people in the room with me.
As you're sort of handling it, looking, pointing it, going, look what I found, the chalice begins to fill up with a red-coloured liquid.
Is it blood?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, Jesus.
It doesn't look like wine. It doesn't smell like wine.
I will, again, sort of keep showing it to the people in the room and point out the fact it's now filling with red liquid, which is clearly not wine.
It doesn't seem to spill, though, ambulance, thank you. It doesn't seem to spill, it seems to just fill and remain in the chalice, not overflowing or anything.
Even if I tipped it upside down, would it not come out? Or was it?
As you're just sort of holding it up, if you tip it upside down, you can if you want to.
I won't for now, just in case. I'll keep a note.
Okay, you upend the chalice and the red liquid spatters on the floor and begins rapidly drying. And then, after a few seconds, evaporating, leaving just a red stain on the floor.
don't know what else to do with this cup. But it doesn't. It's not like I don't feel. Should I feel scared by the fact I'm holding it?
It's a cup that's filling with a strange red liquid with the words Vitae on it. It's slightly off burnished gold and leaves a
Sorry,
nice
did
red
you
seal.
say it was Latin?
Yes, the word Vitae is written on the side or on the rim of it.
Does anybody here speak Latin?
I didn't actually think Latin was a language in D&D.
It speaks archaic forms of common, then. Let's say that.
Well, I'm sure someone could probably roll an intelligence or a wisdom roll to see if they could infer the meaning from the basic etymology, using their knowledge of etymology.
Yes, you can roll an intelligence roll if you'd like to figure out if you know what the words mean.
Well, I guess Gwen might have some familiarity with the language from her education. Let's see if I can roll something. That is an intelligence roll, you said, right?
Yeah, just straight intelligence.
And I can't find the roll again.
It's just on the left-hand side where your statistics are. If you just look intelligence.
Right.
With a 6, you're going to struggle a bit. You'd think it means something to do with one's existence, or possibly maybe it is blood. You're not entirely sure. Something to do with existing.
This language is something familiar, but I cannot quite tell what it means. To be?
Or not to be, that is the question. Moira knows it means life.
Yeah, Moira's standing there hearing you say this, and she starts repeating it under her breath with her hand held to her chin, thinking, and it's like, vitality, life, something like that? Maybe if you drink from it, it'll heal you. Or maybe it's just a cup of blood. I don't know.
Has the cup filled back up after I've upended it?
Are you showing it to people?
Yeah, I like upended it, and then I was showing it round to people else after I did so.
Yeah, the cup refills.
Anyone fancy a drink?
I have had my fill of cursed meals in this place.
I'm quite well, thank you. Already full of life.
See, part of me feels like I have to drink it, but I probably shouldn't drink it.
Well, you found it in the death grip of a man who has been sucked dry of blood.
So it's clearly somewhat important to him, or something he wanted to take with him to the grave.
Or something that took him to his grave.
Oh, was it his blood? I'm not going to drink it for now. I'll kind of just keep it. Like, can I keep it if it's full of liquid? Am I just going to be constantly getting stained?
Well, you filled it up again by pointing it, or you seem to have filled it up again by pointing at people. So you've got another chalice full of the red stuff.
By pointing it at people?
That seems to be what caused it.
Do any of you that I pointed it at feel any weaker? Have I sucked your life essence?
You can all make wisdom checks to see if you think you've lost a bit of blood.
Would I be involved in this because I picked it up, or is it not? Does it not count for me?
You can make a wisdom check as well if you want to.
Oh,
Church definitely doesn't feel like anything's happened to him. Gwen is unsure. Grunk is looking at the chalice a lot. Kroll doesn't seem to feel anything different. Moira feels a bit lightheaded. A little wash of unsteadiness.
It feels like that definitely took something from me. Maybe while the rest of you have a look around, I can identify it to see exactly what it does.
Moira, it is quite dark here. Would you kindly give me some light? And Gwen will offer her shield, or hold it up in front of Moira.
Yeah, I guess. And she'll cast light on the shield.
Okay, it should be light and bright now.
It is.
So Church and Kroll stood over the hole in the floor of the coffin maker's workshop. You've seen Moira and Grunk giving each other some strange looks. What's Nulla doing? Is he going up the stairs?
He's just stood in the doorway, like making sure nothing else comes down.
Okay, is anyone doing anything in particular?
Gwen was looking at this door next to where she's standing.
Yeah, you can open that if you want to.
Alright, Gwen will push it open.
You'd see a pretty drab and uninteresting dining room of sorts, lounge. A place to discuss things with a dreary table and some small bookshelf closets in the corner.
Do they look big enough to hold bones?
Depends on the bone, must say.
Alright, Gwen's gonna reach for the southernmost shelf or closet or whatever and take a look inside.
It seems packed full of useless and worthless junk of various sorts. There are rolls of fabric, old clothes, things for, construction, bits of supplies. Choose a number between 1 and 12 and give me a roll of a d100.
Alright, I'm going to give you number 7 and your D100 is coming.
$18, interesting. You find a small vial in a little rack on the top of the shelf that contains an ember.
Tis a strange thing to put aside. Perhaps the others should see this. So Gwen will reach and try and take the vial.
The vial slides out the little rack of test tubes and sits in your hand. Well, the vial does. And it doesn't seem particularly warm or cold.
Alright, and how about this other closet? Does it have anything inside?
This one seems a bit more barren. Nothing is interesting in here.
Does it seem peculiarly barren, or
Just piled with knickknacks like clothes, books, odds and ends. Nothing that would catch the eye.
a strange collection? All right. That's it for Gwen for now.
Okay, Grunk, where did you put the chalice? Did you leave it in?
I was kind of just holding it at this point. Well, I'm just kind of
Okay.
walking around with it.
So the ember would get a little bit brighter as you get closer to Grunk.
I'm sensing a spark.
Very good.
Yes, because that's a relationship that would do so well. Well, in that case, is this vampire still there? Like, is her corpse still there?
The mangled remains are where the ring fell off.
But I can occupy the space.
Yes, you certainly can.
All right. Gwen will step closer to Grunk. How's the ember look?
A lot brighter. It's taken on a slightly reddish hue as well.
Grunk. This thing appears to be linked to whatever is in your chalice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's blood.
He says matter of factly. Does the party react at all? Or is this par for the course now for you guys?
Wouldn't surprise me if it was.
I mean, yeah.
Should we like put the flame in the cup?
You put the flame in the cup and drink it all up. No, not seriously. Well, I mean, if Grunk's offering,
Are you going to pour up into the vial with the ember in it into the cup then?
Gwen will offer the vial to Grunk.
Yeah, I'll pour it into the cup.
Okay, there is an almighty bang as the ember touches the red liquid, and the house is suddenly filled with billowing red smoke. You hear the chittering and scurrying and skittering of the insects as the smoke descends into the basement, and a roiling noise starts travelling underground underneath you.
I think we just pissed something off.
Church will will squat down next to the hole and like try to look down the basement, see if he can spot what's moving around.
They are spreading out from a particular point in the ground. The ground there looks tossed and turned, like something is buried there.
Can Church reach down and try to like move the dirt?
Sure,
Dig
make a
around.
sleight of hand check.
Okay.
You start moving the dirt around, and you see a figure laying there.
A figure like a fresh corpse.
They look very pale, and their eyes are closed. They don't look rotten. They look quite young and intact.
Mm. Can you check for a pulse?
It's a bit low down, but yeah, you could get a hand on it, and there does not appear to be a pulse.
Does he recognize this person at all?
Make a history check.
smoke weed every day.
Yeah, it looks like Isaac. But without the strange demonic arm.
I believe there may be a problem. Do you all recognize this man? It looks like Isaac.
As you start uncovering more of the dirt and the bits around where the insects were, and the smoke starts clearing, you do see a leather satchel that is bulging in places. Isaac himself is only in a rough spun tunic and some cloth sack shoes. It looks like his actual clothes have been taken off him and he's just wearing some flimsy garments.
Can I attempt to take this bag?
Sure, make a sleight of hand check. The insects come rushing back towards you and start swarming up your arms as you grab a hold of the sack.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What would you like to do, or what would anyone else like to do?
Urge to make sure it doesn't fall through the floor.
You're grabbing a hold of him, you say?
Yeah, just holding his feet to make sure it doesn't fall.
Okay, you suddenly feel the Tortolan's firm and scaly grip grab a hold of your legs. And the insects are still swarming up your arm. They're about up to the elbow now.
I'll just shake them off his arms. He doesn't seem too particularly concerned.
Make a strength saving, sir. Strength saving throw.
Strength? Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah, you thrash your arm backwards and forwards, and the insects go flying away, and you yank the leather satchel out of the grave.
Church will hurl it out of the hole and will land back on the Tortolan. Thank you, my friend. Now let's have a look. And you will carefully open the bag.
It looks like a lot of bones, but they seem very old, and they appear to have been cracked and scraped and furrowed inside the middles, as if someone had been removing the marrow from them.
Is this who we are looking for? He will open the bag and show the rest of the party what he had found.
They have a hard time peering through the red smoke that's billowing out from the chalice that Grunk is holding.
Fuck.
But they would see the bones and the rather jovial-looking skull.
A jovial.
Its jawbone is still attached, and if a skull could ever smile, this one would definitely be one you'd say that of.
Tiny, you should know that skulls can't fucking smile.
The slight curvature of the jawbone and the teeth. A couple of the teeth are missing, but it seems oddly friendly for skulls as they go. What's everyone's passive perception?
16.
16 as well.
18.
13.
Okay.
11.
Those of you 16 or higher would notice a little glint in the eye sockets of the skull as the red smoke is settling down and beginning to dissipate. Little flash of yellow.
Something inside.
Something in its eyes, yes.
The new skeletons could get eye boogers.
Church will hold the bag up to, I don't know. Guess he'll hold it towards, the Tortolan since he seemed to notice it. It's like, offering him to inspect more closely.
Let me have a look.
So narrate to me what Crawl is doing.
First visual inspection, just see if I can see what it is from just having a closer look at it. If that doesn't work, though, maybe try to shake out whatever it is into my hand.
Okay. So not a taste test. This is an improvement on your part.
Mm-hmm.
So you would notice that the eye sockets of the skull seem to be reamed and layered in a gold wafer or gold coating.
Hmm.
And
Maybe
on the
some-
backs of the eye, there is small letters and small runes.
Anything I can make out? Can I tell what language it is, maybe?
Make an investigation check.
Oh no. Okay. Oh,
You start peering in, and you'd recognise this as being some sort of celestial. You'd think this is probably something that's been done after death, as doing this to an actual person would likely kill them. But these seems to mark out as being the saint's bones. The odd yellow glow and flash gets a bit brighter and lasts a bit longer the more you look at the letters in the backs of the eyes.
alright, Crawl will gently place the skull back into the bag. It seems like some kind of celestial writing, but not something I can decipher.
Church will take his turn with the skull, and he will inspect it to read or try and decipher what Krull is speaking about.
Okay, make an investigation roll, please. Yeah, you'd realize this is Saint Ismail's bones and the Celestial. Do you speak Celestial? Or read right here?
I sure do.
It seems to be the Hallow spell. It's been inscribed in Celestial on the backs of his eyes.
A hollowed spell?
Yes. Where his bones lay, it roughly translates to where his bones lay, the ground is blessed by the Lord of Light, and those of the darkness shall not trample here.
Well, I think there's something wrong with the spell because sure as fuck didn't work here. Unless there's some sort of like proper burials, like I'd
If I remember correctly, it takes a number of days for an area to become hollowed. The bones probably haven't been here for long enough.
Or desecrated, as indicated by the smashed bits of bone.
Mhm. Either way, Church will stand up and he will like heft the bag, like strap it over his shoulder and everything, and pack it in. I believe we've found the saint.
Grunk will point to the weird body in the ground and turn to the other and go, "What do we do with this?"
The corpse of the vampire seems to be slowly evaporating and dissolving with the red smoke coming out of the chalice.
So Isaac's a vampire, you say?
No, the one under Gwendolyn.
Oh, okay. Is anything happening to Isaac's body?
Isaac? The bones of Isaac, you mean? Saint Ismail?
No. The guy that
No,
looks
there's
like Isaac.
the guy that looks like Isaac that's in the ground.
Oh, Isaac, sorry, yeah. You'd have to go by the hole. You're far away from it.
Come on over, Grunk. I'll give you the
Oh,
front.
thanks for making me a space.
So
Okay,
you go,
now I'm here.
the body. Make an investigation check. See if you notice any of the finer details of what's going on. The insects are still swarming in a big circle around it where the dirt has been moved and disturbed. They seem very agitated, but apart from that, you don't really notice much about the body itself. The smoke is still laying there quite heavily in places.
Should we do something about this? Do you ask the rest of the party?
We could use the body as evidence. Bring it to the Burgermeister, or the Baron, whatever he's calling himself. Unless this fate also befell the Burgermeister.
What if the Burgermeister already knows?
Was it when we spoke to the guy at the cemetery who stole the bones? Did he say that Isaac was the one that paid him to do it?
No, Henrik.
Henrik, sorry.
Henrik, this guy over here. You don't know why Henrik did it.
Church. Was there not another vampire spawn about? Didn't we hear a noise as we left?
I can't remember.
I believe we killed 5 of these monstrosities. There was a 6th that assailed us.
Ah, yes. I don't believe they spoke, but we heard them. Church will slowly tilt his head down and he will motion to the ground, or to the floorboards.
Can Nola have a look around to see if we can find a hatch or maybe loose floorboards of a sorts in the coffin room and the workshop?
Sure.
Should I make an investigations?
Yes, make an investigation check first.
Church is going to open this back door and go outside to look for a cellar opening outside of the building.
Okay, so 19. But it's a nat 20.
Oh man, I'm 1 off.
Well, no, you rolled 20, but you got a -1 on the perception. Technically, you're not beating the DC of it, but it's a crit success. You
Pull through it.
You would notice that there are scratches by one of the coffins. One of the coffins is adhered to the floor, and you would go up to it and you would realise there's a false bottom to it. And after you pull at the false bottom, it leads a little ladder down into the under bit. Sorry, not the under bit. The crawl space of the house. It has been masking a entrance to that.
I believe I may have found it. A false-bottomed coffin. Should we maybe pursue it? Or should we give back this skeleton first?
We should check if there's any more of those foul creatures.
They shall not be suffered to live.
So
You too.
This coffin here in the corner, and you get down there, if you are going down there, and you would see lots of little tunnels. You'd think they're about the size of rabbits, rats, ferrets, some sort of small mammal that burrows, and there's lots of tracks going backwards and forwards, running to the point where you wouldn't be able to mistake it. They're clearly signs of travelling and things going in and out of these tunnels. And they spread in different directions all throughout the village. Well, town, really.
Could I have a look to try to identify what kind of creature may have made him?
Sure. You can make a survival or a nature check.
Oh, survival, please. I'm not good at nature. What am I, a druid?
Oh,
No, apparently not.
I will re-roll that with my inspiration. This is
Okay.
embarrassing.
Yes, you would realize these are rat trails. They are
Rats.
quite large rats, though.
Dire rats.
Rodents of unusual size.
Well, is a rat something that vampires commonly turn into? Like, I know they can do the bat thing.
You're a normal human being. How would you know?
I'm a normal human being with an expertise in killing the fucking vampires.
Yes, vampire spawns can turn into rats. They can turn into all kinds of small vermin. The more powerful a vampire becomes, the more powerful it can turn into, the shapes it can turn into. Beings as powerful as Strahd can even form into mist and seep through doorways and cracks in doors and windows. Should you be trespassing somewhere you shouldn't be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like a certain coffin shop.
If only I had the materials to summon a new familiar, I could summon one as a snake or a rat and see where these tunnels go.
Why summon something when we've got a druid who transforms himself?
I could certainly have a look.
Yeah, that could work as well.
Moira, make another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, boy.
Something feels like it's urging you and pressing you to look at Grunk. It's not a demanding voice, just a sly, friendly, why not look over there? Might be something interesting. Might catch your eye. It could be of interest. Like you can feel murmurs of words, but they're far off and faint.
Anyone hear any voices?
Nothing.
Something is very wrong here. Moira's going to take a step towards Grunk.
Okay, you lose 1 hit dice.
Ow.
Not permanently, just that well of stamina and go-gettishness suddenly feels a bit empty.
Would me losing this hit die have a physical manifestation? So like dizziness or fatigue?
No levels of exhaustion, but you would certainly feel drained.
Alright, so Moira takes a step towards Grunk and then pauses mid-step for a moment and stops walking and clutches clutches what?
Her chest.
Like leans against something and comments that she feels really woozy.
While this is going on, does Crawl go down into the crawl space as an animal?
Yeah, I will become a constrictor snake.
Very nice.
Okay, you see a plethora of different tunnels going off in different directions. The swarm of insects is still gathered around the body of Isaac, the recumbent and somewhat oddly not decomposed body of his. You could easily fit down any of these tunnels if you want to go down them, but it is dark, and I don't think that animal has dark vision.
Yeah. Oh, it has blind sight.
Okay, so you'd be able to travel easily enough then. Flicking out your tongue and tasting things, there is a odd scent of staleness and lots and lots and lots of wood shavings and sawdust have been used to try and cover something up.
I'll try to go toward that.
Okay, so you start wriggling your way down one of the tunnels. This will take you a little while. Nulla and Church, you see him transform and go off down one of these tunnels. Off into the darkness. And you hear Moira saying she suddenly feels woozy. Grunk is stood looking at her. And the smoke will have gone at this point, and the chalice is looking less like burnished gold and looks a lot darker now. A bit like a cinnabar colour, a very sort of rust-coloured red. And the writing around the rim of the chalice has disappeared.
Maybe putting that fire into the chalice wasn't a good idea.
Gwen, make a perception check.
Darn.
Okay, you wouldn't notice anything. So this thing would get to hit you in the back.
Ooh, yeah, you're using the surprise mechanic.
Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Okay, you feel a fist thud into your back and knock you a little bit, but it doesn't punch through your armor. Please
What was this?
It would appear to be the ghostly visage of Henrik, and he is stood looking very bloodless and very despondent and in despair in his ghostly visage.
Should I roll initiative for this?
Sure.
Flip and roll 20.
It's called a constrictor snake. So you've just been going into the tunnel. So pull everyone back a little bit so we can fit this in. We'll just put you in the corner over here.
That's a big old snake.
Constrictor snakes are very long, so as such they have a large token. Nulla, you hear Gwendolyn cry out.
I guess I'll turn round to see her if I wasn't looking at her. Probably wasn't. Do I see what hit her?
No, looking at your vision, I'm saying no.
What's going on? You said something hit you?
Yes, that was a blow to my back.
And Gwen would see it by this point. She would be aware of said opponent.
It appears to be the man we found dead on the ground earlier.
Well, if I can't see it, I can't really do much. Can I try and have a look around to see if I can, like... Oh, wait, no, I've not got visions, really, have I?
You can move towards Gwen.
I suppose we'll move closer towards Gwen if we're using the shop as the area. We sort of move closer, and I guess ready an action in case something comes close to him, or if something hits him.
Okay. Church, your turn.
Church will move down to check out the commotion. We'll look this way, and is that a ghost?
It is a ghost.
That's some cool art.
Yeah, I like the necklace.
It really ties it all together.
And that's supposed to be Heinrich? Or it looks like Heinrich?
Yes, the token doesn't because it's a generic Revenant token, but it is Henrik, the coffin shop owner, and he looks like he's in incredible despair and agony, like he doesn't know what's going on. And he is attacking Gwendolyn, but he's looking towards Grunk.
Instead of firing at him, Church is instead going to, I don't know how much movement I used up. I guess that's close enough. He'll stand behind Grunk and kind of peek around him towards the vision of Heinrich. And, is Church familiar with the reading of the last rites with the specific religion that's in town of Lathander?
Make a religion check. The Dawn Lord isn't too... Well, he's pretty related to... You're aware of them, but you don't have them memorized.
Alright, inspiration.
Oh wait, that's the verse you needed. Yes, you are aware of the last rites. They're involved with that.
You will begin reciting them in Celestial at Heinrich loudly. That'll be Church's turn.
Okay. You see him start to react, then suddenly his mouth turns open and he starts to mumble something. He has immunity turned dead. He starts mumbling louder and louder, and you hear something moving in the basement underneath you, or the crawl space underneath you.
That's alarming. That's it, though.
Okay. The Revenant will punch the poor Gwendolyn twice.
Okay, that 25 hit.
Okay. And he will use Vengeful Glare at good old Grunk. Grunk, please make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. You resist, you feel his gaze pour into you, but you shrug it off.
Is that a full 7, or would my armor give me resistance to bludgeoning?
I don't believe you have the heavy armor mastery feat, so it would be 7.
Okay.
Moira, your turn.
Moira's going. Wait, where is the hole? I don't actually know. Was it there or the tile below church?
The tile at church is standing on.
Alright. Alright, Moira will move here to get proper line of sight on the Revenant, and she will cast Yeah, let's go with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so that is a 15. That does hit. The broken scraps of cloth he has on him punches right into him. For 1.
Oh, that's all I'm doing this turn.
Gwendolyn.
All right. Gwen is going to risk an attack of opportunity by moving 15 feet away from the Revenant.
Okay.
Any attack of opportunity? Yep.
He misses.
He misses. And she will look to him and begin recitations in the tradition of Pelor to try and give him the final funeral rites as well. But she will be doing so in common.
Okay. That's a free action since you're speaking.
Well, in that case, I'll take the odd action to ready a dodge.
Okay, so you're dodging, so you're disadvantage attacking you. Okay. Grunk, your turn.
You say that he's sort of got his eyes on me. Are his eyes on the cup?
No, he's looking directly into your eyes.
Can I point the cup at him as an action and see if it does anything?
You can do it as a free action.
Yeah, can I point it towards...
You point towards him and the cup starts pouring blood out of it. This time it's definitely blood.
Is anything happening to his spirit?
The wounds that were in him stopped closing up.
In that case, yeah, I upend the cup staring at him. And... I don't really know. I don't want to really attack him because it doesn't seem like he's doing this on purpose. But then again, I'm Grunk, so I will attack him.
Okay, so you upend the cup and you move towards him. You've got the cup in one hand and you have Warhammer in the other hand, so you can't really attack.
Can I drop the cup and then attack, or is that too many actions?
You can drop the cup as a free action. So you've upended the cup in front of him. His wounds have stopped closing up as you've done this, and you then drop the cup, and the puddle of what now is clearly blood, as the red colour has changed and darkened from the now more cinnabar coloured cup or chalice, is now on the floor. I'll put a little box where the cup is. I don't quite think it's a chalice. God damn it.
Yeah, and I'll swing it with a hammer.
Okay. 24 hits. For 14.
And I'll take my second attack turn and do the same.
A 13 also hits. That is AC. So the second one sort of gets caught a bit in his cloth, but it still goes through, and you hear the squish of ectoplasmic organs, or ectoplasmic matter. Anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be my go.
Okay, Crawl. Since you're down in the crawl space and at blind sight, you would see the body of Isaac begin to move.
Oh no. That's not good. I guess I will double back on my own body and start to head back toward the group to let them know what's happening.
You see the body begin to pop and twitch and shape, and the arm, which is demonic and spiky, of Isaac, as you've seen previously, begins to change like that, and you hear bones snapping and lumps of flesh popping out.
Oh no. Just double time it back to the group.
Would anyone standing by the hole hear this? Given the body was at the bottom of the hole.
Church would probably hear it, yes. So you've come back up onto the normal ground floor of the shop. Let's say you've got half of your movement speed left. What else would you like to do, Crawl?
I've made it back.
Yeah, you say yeah, yes.
Okay. Guess I'll pop out over here. I will use my bonus action to... No, I won't. I'm a big snake right now. I'm going forward. I'll make it over to here, and I'll ready an action to bite whatever comes within 5 feet of me, if anything should.
Okay. We'll just add Isaac to the turn order. Nola, your turn. You see the now smoking and hissing chalice on the floor in a pool of what is now clearly blood.
I guess I'll carefully step onto the puddle of blood, and can I swing around the corner of this door to hit the revenant?
Sure. Make a Constitution saving throw as you're stepping into the blood, though. DC is 15.
I'm gonna re-roll that of inspiration.
Okay. You feel a sudden wave of lethargy and wooziness flow through you, but you quickly shake it off.
Cursed chalice. And as he does that, he'll start swinging at the ghost, as Church so kindly said earlier.
Yeah.
17 and 27 both hit
Oh shit.
for 24 damage. Anything else you'd like to do?
I mean, I'll take the attack of opportunity as he will step away from the hissing and smoking chalice.
He doesn't get to. He's already had his reaction.
Oh, has he? Okay, cool. Never mind now. Great.
He used it against Gwendolyn, and it missed, unfortunately.
And that's all I'll do then. Thank you.
Okay, the Revenant will attempt to beat poor Grunk in the face. Does a 25 hit?
It does indeed.
Okay, so you take 11 plus 4d6. So you take 27.
Oh.
Guessing a 9 misses though.
A 9 does miss.
Okay. he will attempt a vengeful glare against Grunkgim once again. You are paralyzed. Church.
A new target has entered the arena. Church will call out, pointing to the hole, as after you hear the bones crunching. And then Church is going to take off sprinting. I'm going to have to use my my bonus action to dash. But he will make his way. I guess he'll have to go here so he doesn't get attacked from opportunity. And he will approach the ghost of Heinrich from behind. And he will lay his hands across the ghost's back. Even though you have made mistakes in this life, Strahd shall be not suffered to live, nor his disciples. And he will continue his prayers in Celestial.
Make a religion check, DC 13. A wave of light ripples through the Revenant, and its wounds stop closing, and a tendril of strange, sort of light blue ectoplasm whips from the body of Henrik to the Revenant.
That'll be it.
Okay, Moira, you see something definitely moving in the hole.
How deep was this basement crawl space? Was it just like a typical, like 2 or 3 feet foundation?
Yeah, you'd be prone in there, until you climb out.
Alright. I was thinking, oh, maybe I could do Fireball, but no, Fireball is a bad idea.
You could, yeah.
It's a 20-foot sphere. Everyone in the room would be affected by it.
There'd be a big center thing here where the 20-foot sphere would go up, but the majority of it would be contained under the floorboards. What does it do to the floorboards? Probably not good.
I'm going to do something else. I am going to cast Witch Bolt at level 3 on the reanimated Isaac.
Okay, go for it.
Level 3 would increase the initial damage by 1d12 for each level, so that would be an additional 2d12.
Okay, roll a d100. Nothing untoward happens, but the spell earths itself around the body of Isaac. He is prone, and as such, you have disadvantage.
You motherfucker. Read. So what you're saying is it missed.
I'm saying you missed critically. You didn't earth it into Miller, at least.
Oh, there goes that third level spell slot. I need to see if I have any bonus action cantrips. Does not look like it. Alright, that's all I can do. Actually, no, you know what? No, I'm gonna back up away from the hole.
Sensible.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Isaac's turn, and the insect swarm comes pouring out with him. For the purposes of this, there's one each of those squares, and one on Gwen's square, and one on poor old Nulla's square.
The things I do for love.
So Isaac will attack. Nulla had stepped in the blood, but yeah, he'll attack Nulla.
That first one will.
Okay, so you take 20 slashing damage from his now strange ethereal battle axe. It looks incorporeal, as does Isaac a little bit at present, similar to the Revenant. He's moving around. This is definitely his body. There's no longer a body in the ground below, but this body has a strange bluish ectoplasmic hue to it. The centipedes will attack Nulla first. Is probably going to miss, and then we'll attack Gwendolyn. Does a 16 hit Gwen?
No, it misses.
Okay. Grunk is paralyzed, so he can... You're incapacitated, so you can't move or speak, so you can't really do anything.
Can I not make a saving throw to knock the paralysis off?
Let me check. Flash the ability. Paralyzed until the Revenant deals damage to it, or until the end of the Revenant's next turn. When the paralysis ends, the target is frightened of the Revenant for 1 minute. The frightened target can repeat the save at the end of its turns with a disadvantage to see if the Revenant is no longer frightened of the Revenant.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's nothing really I can do, is there? Can I go into my rage, or is that not?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. Will I also be able to do my Storm Aura, or is that technically because it's an attack?
I'll let you use the Storm Aura, because you're imbued with the elements here. Is it 10 foot?
Yeah, 10 foot.
Boom.
And I will Storm Aura good old Hendrik.
The body or the actual Revenant?
Actually, no, I'm going to Storm Aura the Centipede.
Okay.
And it's a DC of 14 Dexterity.
The majority of them dodge it, so just 2 damage.
And I think that's all I can do.
Okay, Gwendolyn.
Alright, Gwen is going to be fairly shocked at all these insects suddenly swarming her and the others.
They're cute.
Aww. Can we keep them as pets?
No, they're hungry for your blood.
Aww. Can I kill them as pets?
Oh, I'm sorry. Crawl had a prepared attack, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I guess I'll try to bite one of the centipedes at this point.
Sorry to cut you off, Gwen. 16 does hit. For 7 piercing.
Munch.
Yeah, you sort of slam your face into a big mass of them and crunch a bunch of them. Sorry, Gwen.
Alright, so Gwen is gonna strike at the centipede. You said there are centipedes under her, right?
Yes, there are.
So she's gonna attack them first. My inspiration is being used.
Okay, go for it. 16 hits. 4, 6.
And she is going to take another attack.
20 hits. 4-7.
Disgusting. And that is it for now.
Okay, crawl.
Alright, Krull will unhinge his jaw and try to swallow up as many centipedes as he can with a good bite attack to this one here.
Okay. 15 hits. Sorry, 17 hits for 4 piercing. Swallow a fair few, but still a fair number in the swarm.
Still hungry. And that will be all for me.
Noah.
As a bonus action, he casts this on himself and gains +2 AC for the duration.
Okay.
And then, with a blinding light, he lays his hands on himself and heals himself for 20 health.
Okay. That works fine. The Revenant's turn. Any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of you, so this is going to hurt if he hits you. Does a 20 hit?
C.
Okay, so that is 20 damage, 24 damage.
I'm down.
6. Okay, Gronk is knocked the F out.
But can I use my relentless endurance, or can I not because I'm frightened?
Yeah, you can, yeah. You
Okay.
take it on the jaw.
I'm back up.
However, you did just take damage from the Revenant. You know
He's
that.
no longer paralyzed, yes.
You can do it, Gronk. Believe in you.
I am not good.
Sorry, I ignored that.
And he hits you again for another 9. I believe that puts you down.
I'm down.
Oh,
And he steps onto the chalice, taking an attack opportunity from Church if he so wishes.
Church isn't going to attack him.
Okay, and he will vengeful glare at the person who just had the chalice last, which would be Nulla. DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, please. Don't you pass it, and I'll BRB 1 second. Right, so that Church, yeah, take your go.
Church is going to follow him and continue to not the actual skill, but will keep his it will keep his hands laid upon the ghostly image of Heinrich and continue speaking to him. Strahd will answer for his crimes with the power of by the power of Lavender. Oh my God.
Lavender? You mean Lavender?
Hold on. No. I got
Reverend, thanks for everything. Here you go, a cup of coffee.
I got a fucking stream alert when that happened, so I had that kid screaming in my ear as I was speaking. By the power of Lovander. Lovander. Lothander. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Apparently you become a horticulturist.
You shall become exonerated and your name cleared. The Strahd's evil will not sully your name, and he will continue his last rites for Heinrich's ghost.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Heinrich's pissed off. People have been handling his chalice. Make a religion check.
Oh my god. That's fucking pointless. Keep saying Lavander.
You are saying a plant.
That's my turn.
Moira.
This seems like it will end horribly, but let's do it anyways. I will cast a Dragon's Breath. Attune to fire, and I will where is the cone? Can I please rotate this? It would help if I actually, selected the
Something like that.
I don't think it's supposed to face that way, because Noller should be in the...
You can hit most of the centipede swarms as well as Isaac.
Why was I thinking it goes this way?
It's just a rough guide. I mean, it's a 15-foot cone. You can specify sort of the angle you want.
So yeah, essentially like this. And to hit anything within 15 feet in front of me from this direction. So yeah, that would include Noller and these bugs here.
Okay. Give me a roll for damage, please.
I've also forgotten how the spell works. That is 1d...
Eula is saying, I wish you could stay as Rat.
3d6,
You will
and
be
then
her
another
only
1d6
senior
for every
elder.
spell slot above second. So what spell slot are you using to cast it?
I only have a second level slot left.
So 3d6, please. I'll just remove the thing. So 10 damage.
Because my cool Emperor Lightning ended up going straight into the ground.
So the 1, 2, 3, 5 centipede saves. What's the spell save DC?
Where'd the spell go? It is a Dex save.
No, what's your DC?
And 14.
Well, I take 5 damage anyway.
That is true. So the centipedes are all a bit low to the ground when you breathe this, so that they don't get cooked very much. Isaac, however, you seem to spray it everywhere. It doesn't seem to hit anything in particular. But things are on fire. Things are burnt, but not as much as you'd like them to be.
Is the floor on fire?
Gonna say no.
Okay, good. I also can't remember if I was at 2 or 1. I'll deduct 1 just in case. And that will be my turn. Because the spell and that is a full action.
Please make a Constitution saving throw, Nulla, as you took some damage. Your spell, say your Armor of Faith disappears.
Right, that was a thing, wasn't it? Oops.
Isaac will swing at Nulla twice. Does a 19 hit?
Oh, well, it would have missed, but yeah, it does.
Okay, you take 14 slashing damage. And now the swarms of centipedes. So the one on top of you.
He didn't manage to hit his friend with a critical fail.
He's flanking, so no. 18?
18 misses.
Okay. The one on Gwendolyn. It's gonna miss. This one's gonna move onto Moira. This one's gonna move onto the Constrictor Snake. You can make an attack opportunity if you want to, Noah.
Oh, did you say I could make an attack opportunity?
Yes, this one is moving on to the Constrictor Snake.
I'll try and hit them.
Yeah, you squash and kill that swarm. This other one moves on to the Constrictor Snake. This one would... yeah, it'll move on to you as well, so it'll go up there. And this one will move on to Gwendolyn. So there's now 2 on Gwendolyn and 2 on you, Nulla. So I'll make another set of attacks. This is on Gwendolyn. Not really flanking. And this is the one on Nulla. This one is flanking, so 20.
Yep, that hits.
And the centipedes start pouring into your armor. Grunk, make a Constitution saving throw. Something really strange starts to happen with the blood on the floor. It starts pooling into Grunk.
Oh,
That's alarming.
The chalice is on its side and it is just pulsing and blood is coming out and it's flowing into the wounds on Grunk's body. But it's not doing anything bad, it seems. So, no death save necessary this turn. Gwendolyn.
Alright, so Gwen is going to... First, she is going to try and strike some of the centipedes that are on her body. She'll be attacking the ones that she already damaged previously.
Go for it. That'll hit. That kills one of the packs.
Alright, and she will try and rid herself of the second group of centipedes.
13 beats their AC. And that destroys the wounded pack of that one. So you are now free from centipedes. Apart
Sweet.
from the ones that are in front of you there.
And she is going to. Okay. I've got. No, I'm not going to use second wind. Okay. And that will be my turn.
So you're not using second wind. Okay, that's
No.
fair and dandy. Crawl, your turn.
Okay. And should not be the snake. So if I move to here, would I take attacks of opportunity?
No, they're still occupying your space.
Okay, and then I will. I'll go to here and then transform back into crawl.
Okay, sure thing.
And I need to go over to here.
Sure thing.
And I will cast Cure Wounds onto Nuller at, we'll do it at level 3.
You'll get 16 health back.
That will be all for me.
Okay, Nulla, you're prone.
What does being poisoned do?
Poison, for the purposes of this, it won't do anything to you. And again, yeah, you make a con save since you are poisoned and paralyzed technically on the floor. Yeah, the cure wounds shrugged it off.
Okay. He'll stand back up and take a whack at Isaac or Isaiah, whatever his name is.
Sure thing. A 16 will hit Isaac. For 11. A 13 will miss. Any movement or anything you'd like to do?
No, that's all for now. Thank you.
You are still being flanked in this position.
Yeah. True. He'll move down a step and try and reposition himself, getting hit and glared at.
Okay. The Revenant will do things in a different order this time. It will use Vengeful Glare against Crawl. So a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. You're fine. And it will attempt to punch Crawl twice. Does a 24 hit?
Ooh, yeah, that one hits.
Okay, so you take down a 46. So you take 20 damage. The Revenant doesn't want to leave the chalice, so yeah, it'll stay where it is. Church.
Church is going to use his bonus to disengage and he will actually approach the corpse of Heinrich, trying a different route instead. Heinrich's just like, is he just slumped up against the wall?
Yes, he's in a chair with his hands having been pried open, looking deathly pale, drained of all blood.
Oh, so he's in a chair.
Yeah, he's in a chair. He's not moving.
Okay. Church will slide him out of the chair and onto the ground and continue his prayers over his actual corpse, since it's a little bit, easier to manage than a fucking ghost.
Okay, make a religion check at advantage. The strands of ectoplasm that link the body to the revenant glow bright, brilliant blue, and the revenant is sucked and pulled forcefully like a whipped crack back to the body, and the body starts faintly glowing blue and not shaking, but vibrating ever so slightly, and as if tremors are running through it. It starts to seem to go from a stiff rigor mortis to a relaxed pose.
Yeah, Sturch will cross his arms and run his hand across the man's face to close his eyes, and we'll continue just praying over him in Celestial. That'll be my turn.
Okay, Moira.
How many insect swarms are on me?
Just one.
Alright, I will... Oh, besides realize that I actually should be dealing more damage with cantrips than I was, because 5th level, I am going to do Firebolt on the insect swarm that's on me.
Go for it. 13 hits. And you kill it.
Huzzah.
You leave a smoking hole in the floor where the writhing pile of insects was. And you see the basement crawl spaces suddenly clear of its previous inhabitants. They seem to be all here.
Is the Isaac we're fighting a ghost or a zombie? So, like, is his body still in the No, you described it as, like, bone snapping, so it's a zombie of some kind. Alright, that'll be the end of Moira's turn.
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
I guess I'll be doing that.
You think this is some very high-level necromancy done by Strahd or the vampires.
Alright,
You think that whatever he is or was is connected to the thing of walking around town, and the thing that is his arm is related to something to do with Strahd and the terrible powers that he has brokered a deal with.
So if we destroy this, it might affect him. Alright, that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. The centipedes down here will move on to Crawl and they'll attack him. The 15's going to miss. The ones attacking Moira are gone, so these ones will move back onto Noah, and these are the ones that will move on to Gwen. So the ones for Noah. $18.
Just misses.
And the ones attacking Gwendolyn. Also missed. Damn. Who does Isaac dislike the most? He's pretty racist, so probably Nulla.
There's a big surprise.
19 for 18.
Damn it! Yeah, that will hit.
Okay. You take 18 damage.
Downs me again.
Okay. And he will throw fire at Moira. Does 12 hit?
I do not believe so.
Okay. A big bolt of strangely deep, dark red fire splashes against the wall behind you. Grunk, make another Constitution saving throw as the blood continues to stream and pump into your body. Grunk stands back up at full HP.
Oh boy!
His eyes have gone completely dark crimson. And his aura is going a bit out of control. So everyone who's in range, please make the Dex saving throw against Grunk's aura.
It's a 14.
10 feet or 14 feet?
No, it's 10 feet, but the saving throw is 14.
So Isaac will take damage. Crawl will take half damage. And Church as well, please. Church, can you give me a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw? Oh no, Church is dead.
Sorry, I had somebody at my door.
That's fine. I'll let you take the 25, so you do take half damage. Grunk, roll your dice for your aura.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take that.
The air doesn't so much crackle, just static ripples through around him. So everyone takes 1, and you gain that much temporary hit points. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 temporary hit points. To do temporary hit points, don't change your normal HP. There's a little box under your normal HP that says temporary hit points. And Grunk, you may act as normal.
Oh, fantastic. I will approach Isaac and swing at him in... Am I still technically raging, or have I just got my aura?
You are definitely raging.
Okay, cool. I'm going to swing at him with my big old hammer.
24 hits.
And I'll do it again as well.
Okay. 10 misses.
That will be me go.
Okay. Gwendolyn.
All right. So Gwen is gonna try and clear those blasted centipedes off her body again.
.23 hits. 411. That kills one of the last 2 packs and the last pack. 25 hits. That does not kill it.
All right, and Gwen is gonna risk the attack of opportunity because she saw Grunk's aura damage the others, and she's going to try and move past Isaac to, let's say, behind Moira.
Okay. Yeah, Isaac will definitely swing out with his battle axe at you.
A 16 will miss.
Yeah. Crawl.
Circle around Isaac. Well, he's distracted with Grunk standing back up very scarily. And we'll try to pull Noller back to his feet with a tiny little cure wounds.
Nulla, make a Constitution saving throw. Something seems to be interrupting it. The blood from the chalice is streaming into Nulla and his open wounds.
Oh no.
It probably isn't, but just in case.
Oh, it's not a disease.
Oh no! Holy man, help!
We can say that was a bonus action, since you go to cast a spell and notice that something's blocking and affecting Nulla. The blood is pooling and draining into him as it was Grunk.
Right. In that case, Carl will strike out at Isaac with his claws.
Okay.
See if he can do anything.
That definitely hits. A big brown welt appears where you strike him across the chest, and the bluish hue ripples and undulates, and the acid sort of flows through it and turns it a nasty, sickly brown colour.
Ooh.
Nulla, give me a Constitution saving throw. The chalice cracks, and you also stand up full HP, and your sclera of your eyes have gone just jet black.
You mean the false eyelids?
Because you don't really have irises as a snake, as a
I'm not a
dragonborn.
snake. How dare
Sorry,
you?
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, racist!
Wow.
Casual racism from the DM. Jeez.
You notice your eyes, well, people would notice your eyes have gone a strange colour, and there'd be a tinge of darkness to the vision that you see now. And the chalice has shattered into a number of pieces, and the blood has stopped flowing out of it. But you're at full HP.
Would this be, considering last time I got bit by the vampires and it reduced my max health, would this put me back up to max health or just what's on there currently?
Up to your max health as normal. This would clear the vampiric corruption in a way.
In a way. Oh, great. Neat.
You can take your turn as normal.
Oh, even more neat. We'll start whacking at the evil person there.
Okay. A 12 will miss. 17 hits. Do you have any spell slots left?
I do.
Okay. You feel compelled to use a smite.
I will smite at second level then, if I'm that compelled.
Yes.
So that'd be an extra 1d8. Sorry, it didn't roll it. I don't know why.
Okay, you get 15 temporary hit points. The flash of light is tinged in red.
Oh,
We're looking sick as
Spooky.
fuck.
He's concerned by this because it's not his holy light, but it's red. Does it smell? I know that sounds weird.
It has a sickly sweet coppery smell to it.
Oh god, it's blood. I know what blood smells and tastes like.
Concerned that you know what it
Oh my
tastes
God.
like.
I've bitten my lip enough times to know what blood tastes like.
Ilya Strahd.
Okay. Church, your turn.
Church will move up along the wall and towards the doorway, like attempting to hide, like around like, the doorway. There it is.
Yeah, no one seems to notice you.
So all I can see is Isaac from here, or is there any more insects?
There are insects in the bottom right. Oh, I can put you back there because Gwendolyn's moved. There are insects in the bottom right.
I think he's going to aim for Isaac anyways, and we'll fire a crossbow bolt at him.
A 24 will hit. For 21 damage.
And that will be Church's turn.
Moira.
I'll throw a firebolt at the insects next to Crawl.
Okay. Nine misses.
That'll be all my turn.
Okay. Isaac will... He'll attack Nulla once, and he'll attack Grunk once. This is against Grunk.
Miss.
And against Nulla.
That hits, but it reduces the temporary hit points down to 2.
Mm-hmm. The centipedes swarm over our poor friend Crawl. And don't get above the shell. Grunk. Roll your aura damage.
That will be on. Oh, is it? Oh, is it still going for everyone?
It is still going for everyone. So 3, so everyone make a DC. What's the DC?
14 dexterity.
DC, so they can't pass, so the centipedes die. Need one from Church and one from Nulla still.
There we go.
Okay, so Nulla takes 3, Church takes 1, Centipedes takes 1, Isaac takes 3, Crawl takes 1.
My temp points. My temp hit points. No.
And then Grunk is going to double attack good old Isaac.
23 and 25 hit. For 27 damage.
At this point, Grunk is just laughing manically and just swinging his hammer whilst lightning shoots out from every hole and every orifice.
So you would replace your current temporary hit points with a new set of 5. Temporary hit points don't stack, they get replaced. And you can choose whether to replace them or not. Obviously, you replace them with a higher number in this case because you've just been infused with a strange liquid from a really strange chalice.
And that will be me go.
Okay, Gwendolyn.
Okay, so Gwen is going. She's going to go 10 feet this way and 15 feet south. Does that incur an attack of opportunity?
Yep.
And so she is going to strike out at Izek.
22 hits for 10 damage. Okay, he looks like he's been ran through by that attack. The next one is likely to finish him. 15 hits. Give me a description as you kill him.
So Gwendolyn, having escaped the swarm of centipedes, dashes through the room with the coffins and attacks Isaac from the side. She screams out in anger as she hacks at the arm, which on the real Isaac is demonic, and she chops through it and continues going through his body, saying, "I shall never be!" and just stopping right there. And as she gives one final blow, she cleaves him half in half right through the torso.
The two halves of the torso slump to the floor. The upper half, the top of the torso, starts writhing, the legs kicking, and the demonic-looking arm with these strange spikes and growths. Fire bursts out from the palm of it, and the fire begins to spread.
All right.
But you are out of combat. The fire is beginning to billow out of control.
Can I try put it out?
Sure, give me an athletics check. Narrate to me how you're doing it.
Seeing the flames billow out from this arm, he's just sort of... what's the opposite word? Blundering.
Smothering.
What was that?
Are you smothering the flames, do you say?
Yeah, he's going around sort of trying to smother the flames, being more fire resistant himself. He's happy to sort of just palm slap them and just try and put them out, and covering him with his body as much as he can, and just going around getting as much as he possibly can. Breathing some in with his own, dragony goodness.
Yeah, you managed to put the fire out. Your rapid and quick action saves the building from burning down.
Good job. It seems like most buildings we go to just somehow always end up like almost catching fire.
Yeah, I think there's a trend.
Gwen is going to... Alright, Gwen's gonna look at Grunk's hammer. Is it still pulsing with a red aura?
He has still got a red set of eyes, and the hammer itself is crackling as it normally is wont to do. The aura around him. Are you calming down at this point, Grunk, or are you still raging?
Well, my rage ends at the end of combat, so I've deraged.
But emotionally, how is Grunk?
Emotionally, he is like off his tits from adrenaline, so he's still like heavily ready to mess things up.
You would see the crackle of red lightning and little flickers of electricity around in the air in the 10-foot radius around Grunk still. His chest heaving.
Alright, in that case, Gwen is going to say, "We may have slain the fiends, but it appears our problems are not over." They seem to be cursed.
This whole Isaac thing confuses me. So, is there more than one of these men? Church will ask, pointing Isaac out.
There must be. Or someone's stolen his appearance in some way.
Good theories.
Good time for a break?
It is halfway through the session, so yes, let's do our usual 10 or 15 minutes break.
Alrighty.
What does the party need / want?
I prefer 15-minute just because I have some bowel movements to take care of.
Okay, 15-minute break it is. Back at 1:15.
See you then.
Spillsta, where the fuck did you find this guy?
This is like literally my childhood friend from when I was like 3.
Well, he just announced to like my stream and my YouTube channel that he needed a 15-minute break so he could go have a bowel movement. Oh my
He has
gosh.
IBS. We can't help it.
He said it politely.
See, in like our normal channel, he probably just went, alright, well, I'm gonna go build some African village or like drop some rock.
Spillsta!
What?
We're not on the stream hasn't cut. I'm sorry,
What?
YouTube.
You didn't tell me that. Usually break means we cut.
Cut!
Cut immediately. Cut the fucking cameras.
Oh god. The internet police are coming.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. My bad. I didn't realize it wasn't cut, but my bad.
4 hours a week. 4 hours a week. You can't contain
I
yourself.
have done great for the last
2 years?
Few sessions.
"10 weeks. I've done okay for 10 weeks. I didn't realize the camera wasn't off."
Like a newscaster is like, I don't believe you.
This thing
Oh
on?
man.
Fucking thing sucks!
What sucks? What?
The Bill O'Reilly meme?
No, I was thinking of the is it Will Ferrell? No. When he's the comedy where he's the news presenter and on the auto cue they put a bunch of terrible things about the city and he says it and it's like
Anchorman. Yeah.
That's the one. Thank you.
That was a good film. Wow. I think good's the right word for it.
Yeah, they can still hear us on stream.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here talking to you guys.
That's fine. That's fine. No more untoward commentary.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize.
That's
My filter is only
Don't say the F word. That's just as bad.
What?
Swearing.
Jew?
I don't swear that much. I agree with Looney. Delete the VOD, delete the internet.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You don't cuss that much, Tiny, but you're just as racist as Spill is.
And Spill not being racist makes me perfectly nice.
Okay.
Exactly. I'm never racist. What do you mean?
To the contrary, you did call Noller a snake man. You racist fuck.
Exactly.
Yes, he's not a Yuan-Ti. I am sorry.
I am noble, not lizard man.
Now
Dragon
he's being racist.
I mean, no, they're not that similar. Are they that similar? Are they
No,
different?
not at all.
No.
That's like saying it's like saying a gecko man's like a crocodile man. They're very different. Sam may say some inappropriate things, but at least he doesn't sleep through things.
Excuse me? Did you just throw shade at me?
I threw an entire umbrella at you.
Listen here, you little cunt.
Wow. At least Violent loves me.
Well, Violent's a fucking mongoloid, so...
Still love.
Aw. It's the purest kind of love.
Did you ever see a picture of Violent? I got one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see that. Be an invasion of his privacy. He's a
No,
private man.
no. I'm posting it. And in your server. It might take me a second to find it, but I definitely have one.
I thought the gift the house posted was. I was like, wait, what?
I didn't think Violet would be a woman. I'm shocked.
That would be terrifying. He does not have a good voice to be a woman. I miss Violent. He was good people.
I miss the politics channel in the Revocane official Discord.
But why?
Join today, YouTube. Join the Discord chat. It's good times.
Here you go, I found it.
That's not him.
That's Violent.
No, it's not.
He confirmed it.
That's.
No, that's him. He was on Judge Judy.
I was gonna say, but it looks kind of like. Was it like Penn and Teller?
If Penn ain't Teller.
Damn.
I was looking in the pie discussions chat, so I thought you meant the woman.
Violent is a brave, independent woman.
Violet hurt my feelings. So he can go fuck himself.
All the more reason to join the Discord YouTube. You can see
Oh,
the drama and things that hurt Rev's feelings, like everything we post.
Like fucking Blade Skull and Spilsta having a bitch fight.
Yeah, they're usually quite entertaining.
But Billy never argues with anyone.
I argue with everybody.
That was the joke.
I know. I'll
That's
argue
him
with you
arguing.
about it.
Of course, Dinnix had to make a clip of what Spilsta said.
Oh, I want to watch it.
Watching it immediately.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yes, that was brilliant.
That was good. Monetized. Banned.
Where did he post it?
Tabletop
So,
on my server.
You're still live streaming, Ref?
Yeah. Like, usually I mute myself during breaks, but I don't need a break this time because I ate while we were playing earlier, so I'm just here chatting. So, please don't say anything that you don't want fucking broadcasted.
Yeah, just wondering why the chat knows everything what you're saying. You need to pay me 2 Bitcoin, KD, before I do that.
I'm like that old grandparent you have that says things that shouldn't be said.
What, you mean the racists?
Well, not just that.
Beyond racist. He's aggressively racist.
Rambunctiously racist.
Sounds like a superhero, or I guess more of a supervillain.
The rambunctious racist.
Oh no, here comes the rambunctious racist.
I thought the Americans had him. His name was Al Bundy.
Al wasn't really racist.
Oh no,
I don't remember him
No,
ever being
I'm
racist.
sorry, it's Archie Bunker. Wrong one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all those white people look alike.
Al Bundy may have been many things, but I don't think it was ever racist.
He destroyed a lot of toilets, and his wife was hotter than he gave her credit for.
It's his fault he could only think about football.
Love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. And that's all we get, because otherwise we get effed in the A by the YouTubes.
I thought it was 40 seconds.
I can't sing for 40
No,
seconds. I'm old
don't
man.
worry. There's no robot in the world that can match your singing to a fucking actual track.
Jolene.
That just makes me want to sing, and after talking shit to Tiny, I don't want to now.
Sweet chariot, coming forth to roll some dice in 2 minutes.
Roll, sweet chariot. Coming forth to carry me home.
I was honestly expecting you guys to start going, roll, roll, your boat.
Roll your dice gently off the screen.
Merrily,
what? How does it
merrily,
go?
merrily, merrily. Crits are but a dream.
Nice.
Des Chain has literally only heard that song from Con Air. Well, I'm glad that we've ruined that film for you.
I could let you hear it from my aircon, but it'd just be.
Con Air is such a good movie.
Ha.
It is a good movie.
Make a move and the bunny gets it.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
I like the part where they set Dave Chappelle on fire. Or no, it was Dave Chappelle setting some other, like, Indian dude on fire.
I guess you could say it was a spicy meal.
Well, it bit his character in the ass later on.
I'm not sure the lore of Con Air is too important. It's just a cheesy action film.
You watch your words.
Okay, this is the film that gave us How Do I Live. It is totally important.
do not question the glory that is Nicolas Cage's acting career.
And besides, it gave us Miles O'Brien almost flying through the air without a spaceship.
Alright, I forgot he was an actor in that. He's playing one of the security guards, isn't he?
No, he was one of the he was the FDA douche or whatever, the one who had an undercover narc.
Right. I encourage you, do not put a guy with a gun on that plane. Proceeds to ignore the advice. Plane gets hijacked by using said guy's gun. Thank you, FDA.
Spoilers. God damn, Blade. Even with movies.
The movie's, what, 20 years old?
Like
21?
22. Here's a spoiler for you, Tiny. The Titanic sinks in the end.
No, that's just rude.
Wow.
I thought it was a lovely love story with that guy from Django Unchained.
Django?
Django?
DiGiorno.
Excuse me, but the D is silent.
Really? It sinks? I thought it makes it to New York and they find out the vault was empty.
Are you trying to joke on your own joke after nobody cared? We've already moved past it. We're on the Django Unchained, and you're still like, huh, the Titanic's a boat, and it went underwater.
Why you do me like that?
Come on, Mike.
Our
What are we
voice
gonna
is
do?
really that.
No, I'm just enjoying that particular one of, are you going to do me like that? Yup! Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay, Chain, I've got a first edition copy upstairs. I've read it. Don't worry.
I'm kidding, Blade. I mean, I'm not, but I'm just saying I still love you. Blade,
You love the
what?
You love the cash money I give you.
Do you give me cash money?
I gave you essentially $40 for your birthday.
Oh my god, you fucking idiot. I love you.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you I was doing that so you could get the
Oh yeah, so I could buy the thing with the thing.
yeah, the thing that's apparently so balls hard that you actually need all 4 players.
Yeah. Oh, I did actually go and play it with some other people after I went on their Discord.
Oh, GTFO.
Yeah, it's super annoying, but like if you're in their Discord in one of the voice chats and you connect to a matchmaker or and you create a lobby, you can like easily just copy paste. Like there's an in-game copy paste feature for joining people you're with.
Me and Spill tried to two-man that stuff. It didn't go well.
Yeah, you have to have.
I tried
4
to
people.
2-man it as well. It did not go well.
We found the big spooky thing. It was very spooky.
And there's a lot of shit you have to do. Blade, do you have GTFO, Blade?
I do not.
Okay. Well, Looney's making fun of me for playing a game that you got me, even though you don't have it. So, Looney, you can go fuck yourself, because he doesn't even have it.
Did you just tell him to GTFO?
Okay.
Did you snort? Oh god.
Yeah, I snorted.
If you thought the puns I post and share with House were bad, Crisco is so much better at it.
Hey, when you make dad jokes, it helps to actually be a dad.
I still refuse to believe you're a father.
You look after Scoot. That's kind of like being a dad.
I miss Scoot.
We'll get him in as a cameo for one of these sessions someday as a special one-off character.
He could be Strahd.
Oh my god.
Not be Strahd.
But he could be like Scoot Strahd.
Well, Strahd needs like an Igor-type henchman. Hello.
Scoop.
Hello.
Why does Igor have white gloves now in my head? What's just wrong?
To eat his tacos with, you fool.
She's got a can of like giant mushrooms in the corner.
Scootgore liked the mushrooms, master.
They're all squishy.
I can feel it all the way to my toes.
I love that man.
Okay, we've had a 20-minute break, so.
So you return to the fire being rapidly put out, even sucked up by the now somewhat scary-looking Nulla with his black sclera and black irises and his eyes doing strange things. His sword still, his morning star still faintly glowing with a reddish hue. But the chalice is now in pieces. They are smoking and slowly evaporating at the edges, fizzling away. Grunk still high of his tits on adrenaline. Did you keep the sack of bones on your back or on your backpack, Church?
They were in a bag, right?
Yes, in the leather satchel.
Okay, in a satchel. So no, he's wearing the satchel now.
Okay, that's fine then. The vampire's remains are now gone. The body of Isaac is in pieces. They're still writhing and twitching a little bit, but the arm is no longer spewing fire out of its palm.
Chris, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Blade didn't think you were here.
Sam, that's who I was saying I didn't think was here.
Sam. No, Sam's here. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking retarded. Ignore me. Oh my god. I had too much pizza. I'm overdosing on grease.
Yeah. I have that problem too right now. Gwen, seeing that Isaac or his body is still writhing, she's gonna try stabbing her sword through his head. Just stop that racket.
The body is in two pieces, so you drive your sword through the skull with a meaty crunch noise, and strange ectoplasm starts leaking out the back end of his head, and the twitching does slow down.
There is much that weighs heavily upon my soul here.
Is that chalice still there? I think you said it was cracked or cracked.
It shattered, and the pieces of it are sort of in that area still, but they're all smoking and hissing and dissolving and evaporating. But yes, Grunk and Nulla both have new abilities or feats and traits. Nulla, you now get temporary hit points off your Divine Smite, and Grunk, you can choose to use your AoE with your aura now, and any damage it does, whether single target or AoE, you get temporary hit points for.
As in, like, right now, or just whenever I use it again?
Whenever you use it.
Oh, nice. Sorry, can you just say what that does again so I can add that to my thing?
Your aura can now be choose to be single target, or it can be AoE, area of effect, and any damage it does gives you temporary hit points.
Lovely, thank you.
Nulla, yours is a bit more simple. Your Divine Smite now grants temporary hit points on hit, yes.
At the cost of scary black eyes.
At the cost of whatever it was that Henrik had and these vampire spawns have, it has affected you in some way. Moira, since the action has died down now, make a wisdom saving throw. You're still hearing faint whispers from far away, and it's tried to get you to do something, but it was a a fugue of just nothingness and mumbled words. But you do hear the faint words of, well, that was interesting.
Same voice as last time.
Same smarmy, charismatic voice as last time, yes.
I have a feeling Strahd was watching us. I can hear his voice in my head. At least I believe it's his.
So what would the party like to do now? Are you just going to leave the coffin maker's shop, or are you going to do anything further here?
We haven't explored upstairs yet.
No, you haven't.
I also
Nor
do
did
not-
we finish exploring the tunnels.
Yeah, that's also a thing. I don't think anyone actually looked at anything other than the coffin maker's corpse here, so I'll take a look around his actual workshop to see if I can find anything.
A manner of tools in various states of repair and disrepair, some of them old from well worn and well cared for, some of them rusted and nobbled.
Is this here the front door?
That is the front door, with a variety of locks. I believe it was 6 locks.
I believe it was. I guess after Moira's done looking around the benches here, she'll unlock some of these so we can actually, you know what, now that I think of it, it might not be a good idea to unlock these. So she'll leave it as is.
Okay, so the party proceeds up the stairs.
We didn't check this other door last time either. Can I check to see if it's locked?
It's not locked, it's open. You should be able to see through it.
Oh, I can't though.
Well,
Oh, I
well,
see. I'll just go through the door.
Yes, please. There's a bit of lag in terms of removing the dynamic lighting layers on this side of the map for some reason. I'm not sure why. In here you find a delightful little kitchen. The kitchen contains a square table surrounded by chairs and shelves of provisions, things like dried flour, cornmeal, some old meats that are dried and salted. None of them seemingly touched for a long time.
If you hold down Alt Grunk, you can like place yourself between the tiles, like that.
Ah, thank you.
I was literally about to message you that.
What about
I'm
this
glad
door
you
up
could see
here?
me struggling.
You know, I see you moving like this. What about this? Oh, sorry.
This door is locked, yes.
Church is going to carefully like look over the door to make sure that there's no traps or anything out of the ordinary.
Just a hefty, large lock on it.
Okay, I don't think anybody can see him or is looking at him, so he'll use his own body to hide himself as he pulls out as he whips this thing out and begins to work on the door lock.
A few moments pass, and then there is a loud click, and the door would swing open.
Now, with this many locks on the front door, why would he need to lock this room?
The crate's full of vampires, and
Well,
So it's a fairly modest bed chamber with a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, even a padded chair.
Is there anything interesting on this table?
There is some writing materials, but nothing's written there of any note. There's some shopping lists and things like that, but nothing apart from that.
Church also wants to go through the like his cabinets and stuff.
Okay, give me an investigation check, please. You find a pouch of money.
How much money?
20 platinum pieces, all bearing the profile visage of Strahd von Zarevich.
How much was that rug?
650
Gold or platinum?
gold.
Gold.
I think it was either 750 or 850. It was far more than we had.
Which would be like
It was
what?
750. We got 650.
Which would be like what?
700 or higher gold.
Or 70 platinum? I forget how the conversion works.
A
think
platinum is 100 gold, if I remember right.
Uh-huh.
It's pinned in GM questions or party discussion. I don't remember which.
Well,
1 platinum is 10 gold.
10 gold?
Yeah.
Okay, Gwen is going to see or hear the clinking of coins. I'm assuming Church isn't trying to hide them. And she's going to say, "Are you foolish enough to risk your life for some measly trinkets with the face of that vampire?"
We've already risked our life. We deserve these.
Church is gonna look at the pouch, then at Gwen, and well, I wasn't going to take these, but at this rate, I think I will.
And should those coins shoot through your body or that strange neck of yours, do not hope that I will save you. And she'll walk away.
You eat children, and he'll pocket the coins.
You'd have noticed in terms of the dealings and the things you paid for and bought, you've not seen any platinum before in terms of the currency people have been handing around. Even with large amounts of money, they've been using gold. The platinum seems out of place.
Maybe from Strahd himself. I'll have to ask somebody about it.
Oh, did roll 20 crash for anyone else?
No, I'm still in.
Okay, let me give it a second. I'm going to refresh.
Those look so delicious. Too bad I do not have an appetite.
They're typically much better, but, you know, Barovia.
Aha, that should have fixed it. Can you see through the doorways now? Nuller and Grunk.
Which doorway should we be looking through? This one?
The one to the south, yeah.
Yeah, I can see through it now.
Okay. I guess I know what's going wrong. So Nulla and Grunk are sat together on the bed, talking to each other about the strange thing that's happened to them both.
Just conversing.
Did we essentially just like take in steroids?
I don't think you'd know what steroids were. Or Grunk wouldn't, rather.
Performance enhancing magic.
So while this is going on, Moira was in here by herself. Make another wisdom saving throw, since you're by yourself. This time at disadvantage. No, you're continuing to be of sound mental fortitude. Again, you hear faint, far-off whispers of mumbling voices. And you hear the pussycat murmur of Strahd. You're an interesting one.
The pussycat mumbling of Smod?
Pussycat murmur of Strahd.
Alright.
Apologies if I mumbled.
Oh my god.
At least I didn't say lavender.
Smod.
I didn't say lavender, I said lavender.
Lavender.
I don't think I've ever heard pussycat used that way.
Isn't that sort of purring voice? He is interested in Moira.
Oh boy. She'll mutter something to herself in Elvish. Something clearly not aimed at being pleasant towards the voice in her head.
Okay. And then Church and Crawl come into the room, then followed by Gwendolyn. What are you guys doing in the sort of supply and crate room?
Whatever Moira wants to do and crawl.
Was going to take a look around to see if there's anything other than casket lumber.
I was going to have a look into some of these boxes maybe and see what's going on.
The crates would be marked junk. There'd be claw marks on the insides, and the tops of the lids would be missing.
Looks like these are what the vampires were shipped in.
Or maybe that's what they just lived in. They could probably got in by maybe being rats first. I don't fucking know. I can't imagine a mail carrier wandering around this place like with crates of vampires, like delivering them.
This crate looks particularly out of the way. It makes very little sense to have it over here. Gwen would like to investigate it.
The top is missing, and you would find claw marks on the inside and a thin layer of dirt at the bottom.
Would I be able to investigate to see if there's a false bottom or anything?
Sure, give me an investigation roll. You give it a thorough tapping and thumping. Doesn't sound like a bottom, it's hollow.
There seems to be no rhyme or reason to this place.
what would you all like to do now?
Well, we've still got one left to kill. Crawl, did you find anything downstairs?
In the tunnels?
Yes.
Just the body. I left very quickly once I saw that.
Snaky boy, oh snaky boy, please hunt a vampire for me, for I wish to slay. I'd imagine it'd probably take a really long time for him to check all the tunnels, though, yeah?
Depends how well he does his survival rolls.
Survival druid, go.
So Crawl turns back into the Constrictor Snake, goes back into the crawl space under the coffin shop, and starts prowling around some more. You're aware of the sawdust smell covering up something stale and unpleasant.
I've smelled that before. I need to smell something new.
So are you following the sawdust smell, or are you heading off a different direction?
Yeah, I'll continue to follow it and try to find the source.
Okay, so you're following that, so give me a survival roll, please. You're down here for quite a while. A good half an hour, nearly 45 minutes before you find the source of the sawdust smell. There are lots of winding rat tunnels and various little back and forth traps and dips and little nests of them. Some of them are just rats. Some of them look very unhealthy, somewhat plague and fever-ridden, foaming at their mouths. But you come to a hollowed-out area in the soil, a sort of midden heap, where waste is deposited and thrown, and there is a cranny, a crevice where sawdust has been put down, and as well as some bedding. The bedding looks kind of like a coffin, and you're not sure where this leads or comes out, but you could get up out of here if you wanted to, as it recesses, and there is a hatch that goes down here.
Yeah, I guess I'll start to head back. I can't stay in snake form forever, but I'll try to get an idea of where this hatch is relative to, I guess, the surface and the coffin shop.
You think it'd be out past the city walls, or the village walls.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll just try to make it back quickly then.
Yeah, you'd find your way back fairly easy. You'd be able to smell and taste where you're going.
I'm trying not to get distracted by the smell of the rats. After Call shifts back to his Tortolan form, he looks quite exhausted though. But he'll let everyone know that there was bedding what looked like a coffin in some sort of hatch, and it must have been somewhere outside of the city walls, considering how far he went. would likely be worth our time to check that out.
So you're wanting to patrol around the edge of the city walls, the village walls, for the midden heaps, and see if you can find this. Well, you know the general direction you're going in. Be out to the southeast.
That's my thought, unless anyone has something we should rather be doing.
Well, Gwen is kind of, well, she promised that she'd bring back the bones. She wants to go to church.
Church is right there, next to Kroll.
Yeah, returning the bones would be good. I agree.
And
Okay.
and I don't know if Gwen would have heard Krull's musings, but if she did, she definitely would have told him that they still haven't met the Burgermeister.
Dealing with the skeleton would probably be a priority right now.
I've already made the Burgermeister wait this long. He can wait a little bit longer.
So you're going to go back to the Church of the Morning Lord and give Father Petrovich the bones back. Okay. Are you doing anything else with the coffin shop before I take you back to the world map?
We need to remove this sigil on the door to keep the vampires from just coming back inside. If we know how to do that.
Can we just break the door?
Scratching it out or defacing it would work. But I thought we already did that before we came in.
I think I was like, I said something like, yeah, we should probably take care of what's going on inside first and leave that last.
Alright.
But either way, yeah, if scratching it out is all it takes, then no problem. That's all I can think of to do left here. Tad lock the place up, I suppose.
Okay, so you hurry everyone out the back door. You spend some time knifing through the sigil on the door. And do you relock the door with your thieves' tools?
Of course.
Okay, I'll take you back to Vallaki.
Maybe we should have bolted that cellar shut. Oh wait, no, there's a massive hole in the thing. Never mind.
So you quickly get back onto the main street of Vallaki. And you start heading down towards the church. Do you take any turns off or go anything? Do detours as you're heading towards there?
I was going to say, could we keep an eye out for, say, Isaac or something, or Isaac, what his name was, in case he's patrolling the streets still looking for us?
Does anybody know of any sort of like illusion magic that could make one, like somebody take his form? Moira?
Let me look. I don't think I do.
What about you, Krull? Could he be doing like some reverse druid transformation?
Maybe. And maybe some sort of polymorph magic. That is sort of a druidic type of magic. Involves
Yeah, I
changing
don't
bodies.
have anything.
Flash your spells if you've got them. I'll take that as a no. So you proceed pretty quickly down the main thoroughfare of Vallaki, since you've got the city streets bonus, I believe, church, and you get to the St. Andrew's Church of the Lord of... what is it? Of the Morning Lord, pretty quickly. I forget what time of day it is, I'm going to assume it's middle of the day, so a little bit after the afternoon, since you did that stuff in the morning with the Blazing Sun Festival. And Milovich is still standing outside of the church, wielding his shovel like a bit like a club. He's looking a bit forlorn and unhappy with himself and sorry for himself. And there is the queue of the frightened Valachian adults with women and children and men out of the door still.
Well, it hasn't been this long, so I imagine there isn't any problem with us just pushing our way past. Right? I mean, this little fuckhead isn't going to try and stop us.
No, he is scared of you.
Good.
If you walk up to him and just barge past him, he would let you through with no problem. You get in there and you find the pacing form of Father Petrovich. And his eyes brighten up as he sees you walking towards him. Any news? Have you managed to find the missing remains?
Church will simply ignore him and just like walk right by him or through him and up to the altar. He'll go behind and crouch down to the pulled apart boards and begin the reversal process of exhumation, whatever you would call that. Bury. Not. It's not just burying, but
Internment.
internment. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. And he will begin the process in Celestial with the proper rites of Lathander, since you remembered it so well, this particular deity and the religion around it.
Okay, so the remains are being reinterred. Make a religion check to do the proper obsequiences to the Morning Lord.
He will even make sure to be assured that the bones are properly facing the sunrise.
Yes, you do a very good job. Father Petrovich is nodding in approvingly. Yes, that's how things should be. Grunk and Nulla, please make constitution checks at 22 DC. Grunk is fine. Nulla, you feel a stabbing, burning pain racing through your veins. Grunk feels it too, but is able to shrug it off somewhat as the adrenaline still seems to be pumping through him, even now.
Oh no.
And you feel like you have to get away from this place. You just feel like your blood is on fire.
I suppose he'll if he can resist partly, he'll shout to the priest, the father. I can't remember what the guy's name was.
Father Petrovich.
He'll shout to Father Petrovich and be like, "Please, this fire in my veins help a chalice of what seemed like blood seeped in. Can you help me the same way you did before with the pain of those needles?"
Father Petrovich looks very confused. And moves towards you, but is suddenly repelled looking in your eyes.
Please help.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. He shows pity on you. You state a good case.
I mean, we also did just help get his bones back.
Yes, you have reignited the Hallow spell in the church, and you suddenly immediately start looking like you are reacting negatively to it, which would lead him to assume certain things.
He's trying to resist as much as he can, and he's trying to get the help from this man. He doesn't want to feel bad, like, from his insides.
So you're pleading with him to not want to feel bad from your insides.
Well, no, he's pleading for help. If he can help get rid of this horrible feeling, this pain, this what feels like, I guess, evil in his veins.
Okay, he will attempt to assist you. Where's the bloody cleric list? Sorry, let's take a second. He has no idea what's wrong with you medically. He is looking at you, seeing all these sealed over cuts and wounds with almost coagulated like gel where the wound is trying to close but not closing properly.
Oh no.
Our holier than thou paladin is now unholy.
At least he doesn't eat children.
So Blade, that is Schadenfreude.
And he attempts to dispel magic. So you need to make a DC 15 intelligence check.
Oh, just straight intelligence?
Yes. You feel something is holding on to you, and something malevolent is residing within your veins from the chalice. You are now aware of it, but the dispel magic is not working. And you feel yourself getting pushed further and further down as the pressure is weighing on you and your veins are burning while being inside the church. You get the image of something unpleasant flashing in your eyes and flashing before your vision. And it would look like this. See that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but that looks cool.
It looks like a frog and a fish fucked a rock.
Froggish. Froggish? No. You start passing out as the pain becomes unbearable. Moira, you hear a mocking laughter in your head.
Seems like Strahd finds this amusing.
Crunk may have to carry Nola out.
Nola is unable to move. He is just racked with pain and being pressed from standing to kneeling to just being on the floor, and the priest is trying to help, but is seemingly unable to do so.
Yeah, Grunk will heave Null onto his shoulder and run out the door with him.
As you get out of the church grounds, you instantly feel better. The burning subsides and the weight and pressure lifts.
There's something evil in my veins, Gronk. I think it resides in you as well. I saw something.
Yeah, it looked like a frog and a fish fucked a rock.
Yes, how did you know?
Gronk wouldn't have seen the image.
Grunk will sort of sigh and kind of acceptance, like I knew it was too good to be true. I knew I felt too strong. There is something bad within us.
Moira, you would hear the words, "It's a race against time" for those two now. And then more laughter, as if amused by what he's saying, in the mocking tone. Father Petrovich is taken aback by Grunk running out of the church with Nulla and turns to Church. I don't know what's wrong with your friend. Something from that demon Strahd has tainted them.
Yes, it appears that they have been afflicted by a terrible disease or a curse, perhaps. It was a risk in regaining the saint's remains. Is there nothing you can do for them?
The Morning Lord rejects those that are corrupted and evil. It will not allow them to reside on holy ground.
My friends are neither of which, and only befell this terrible fate at the attempt to assist in regaining your remains.
Father Petrovich, being a slightly older gentleman, would profusely apologize, saying it was a necessary sacrifice to ensure the protection of Vallaki. All will be well.
All shall be well. But my friends have risked their lives and their very souls to assist you, the church, and Lothander. At the very least, you should do and see what you can for them.
He murmurs and contemplates on what could be done.
Any help would be greatly appreciated.
He would pace backwards and forwards, and I'll make him do a history check. Or religion check, since it's really interested in this. He is very unsure what to do.
I have a higher religion skill than a fucking priest?
He is a doddering old man who has relied on the grandeurs of past saints and their sacrifices to protect the village. He's not very heroic.
Do you have any books or scrolls that may have information?
He would gesture to the small library wing in the church and say, any materials you can find that may be useful are yours to use.
Thank you for your cooperation. And Church will meander over, and he will begin perusing and quickly searching to see if he can find something or anything that could help.
Okay, make a history check as you start pouring through the books and going through all this old information.
Fuck. The history.
I was gonna ask, can I aid him?
You can give me aids. I mean, you can assist me.
I don't have proficient. Do I need proficiency to render aid?
You would, yes.
Alright, could I use my inspiration to allow him to have a reroll?
You sure can.
Oh my god.
You find snippets of something called the Order of the Silver Dragon. Apparently, they resided in Argynvost Holt, the place you're told not to go to.
Well, I guess we gotta go there. It's a good lead, at least. The Order of the Silver Dragon?
The Order of the Silver Dragon. It was destroyed and smashed down by Strahd, but as an order of righteousness and holy vigor, maybe there's something that may help or cleanse your friends.
It's good enough for me.
Is this the same location that we remember hearing that there was a dragon at one point?
Correct.
Possibly the same silver dragon. Or the same dragon.
Maybe the Order of the Silver Dragon is a much more literal meaning.
Or maybe it just got obscured so people wouldn't go there.
So, Church and Moira go off looking through the books at Father Petrovich's offer. What are Crawl and Moira doing? Crawl and, Gwen doing?
Gwen is gonna take this time to pray. I don't know, would we be there long enough that this prayer would count as a short rest?
It can if you wanted to.
Then that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay, so Gwen remains in prayer for an hour. What is Crawl doing?
Crow will be pretty much doing the same thing, just offering his prayers to Sylvanas and at the same time trying to keep a vigilant eye on anyone that may be coming or going from the church.
Okay, make a religion check. You feel that the prayers aren't going through very well. There is definitely a dominance of a pantheon and a divinity here. The hallowed spell is certainly causing some irritation and some strange feelings rippling through you as you try to pray to a more naturalistic and wild deity on the grounds of a very lawful and orderly god whilst here. You start getting little flickers in your head of ravens.
Oh no. Never been a good sign.
And you start seeing images of birds circling, and you start hearing their caws and their crows more distinctly and sharply while you're sat in the church. And then you start seeing a image of a raven's eye looking straight at you, and it is unblinking.
Oh. Alright, I will stop praying, and cease any further praying in this church, at least to Sylvanas. It's very, unnerving. Carl would look, quite shaken up by saying that.
Okay, the hour would have passed for those. Nulla and Grunk, you've left the grounds of the church, and what are you doing for the hour that is going on?
I don't know. I don't know what there is to really do around this particular area. I guess if he sees any villagers in need, Nola will try and help them. If they're like trying to, I don't know, move things around, construction, he's just trying to help out. Feeling a little bit upset with himself from this horrible affliction.
People are actively turning down your help. Word has travelled pretty fast about the Dragonborn being struck down in the church.
Aww.
People are giving you a wide berth.
Grant will pull out a bottle of some sort of alcohol he keeps in his person and sit on the floor drinking it, and then offer it to another, seeing his letdowns from the public.
Make a constitution check as you start drinking the alcohol, Grunk.
Just a normal check?
Normal constitution save, yeah. It tastes terrible. It tastes like ashes on the tongue. It's not palatable at all. To the point where you have a hard time keeping it down. It's not because of the strength of the proof or anything, it just tastes really bad.
Grant will cough at the unexpected taste of crappy alcohol and then not offer it to another, saying, "There's something wrong with this."
Do you two sit and have a meal or anything while you're resting for the hour?
For the sake of what I assume is going to happen, I'll eat some of my rations.
same to the alcohol. It tastes like ashes in your mouth, and you can barely keep it down. It doesn't look spoiled or anything. It just your body is reacting to it in a very bad way.
Grunk offers it to Nulla and says, does this taste weird to you?
He'll also try it.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please, Miller. You try
It's
putting it in your
vile.
mouth, and you trigger your dragon breath. It's
Oh
just
no.
a reaction to something horrible being in your mouth, and you just cough up fire as you try and eat this. And again, there's an odd red tinge to the flames coming out your mouth.
Okay, I think we have a problem.
You think? He just seems more solemn and upset. Can't even enjoy food.
We need to find the others and find a way to cure us.
How do you feel about being smited?
It would be the worst thing that's happened to me today.
I don't know. What's in us?
Well, after getting the scrap of paper, Church will eventually emerge from the church and will make his way to Noller and Grunk and tell them what he had discovered about the Order of the Silver Dragon. They may be able to help.
Can I do a history check to know if I know of them?
You certainly can. There's been lots of orders founded for lots of dragons, not always for the right sort of causes. Some of them are very brutish, some of them are very kind and gentle, some of them are dark and twisted.
I don't know what we'd find there. My kin, and well, the bigger kind, aren't always the most kind. What have you found, Judge?
He'll show the scrap of paper. As far as I know, that's all it says. So just the Order of the Silver Dragon. I found this.
Well, any lead is better than no lead. How's the church doing? It doesn't mean you, it means the actual church.
Okay, yeah. Church will look at down at himself, and he'll look back at the church, then back to Noller. All churches are operating at optimum efficiency now.
Grunk will sort of tilt his head at the name Silver Dragon and go, does this mean we need to go to that dragon house?
Possibly. But I do know one thing that may lift everyone's spirits. A certain unicorn rug.
Grunk will just stare at Church in silence for a few seconds and then just start cackling.
Crawl, make a perception check as you come running out of the church. You see feathers at the church doorstep. Black ones.
Oh. I believe we may be being watched. Even here.
The feathers have a very clean and polished sheen to them.
I'll pick up a handful.
There's only one or two, you certainly do. And the feathers, they feel very calm and collected and serene in your hand. There is definitely something unusual about these, the way they make you feel as you touch them. The scent is like that of the fresh wind and the morning rain.
Oh. Actually quite pleasant.
Make a wisdom saving throw as you're holding these. You feel that your mind is relaxing and your body is soothing and unwinding in ways you've never done before. And something just clicks in your head. And you feel that you're able to turn into something large.
Oh.
Did Kroll just reach like some sort of spiritual orgasm to the point where he's now large?
He feels like he could, if he wanted to, he could just leap up into the sky and fly away.
Oh.
Maybe you should do it.
I will. Give me some room. Please, everyone, watch out. I'm about to do something. I don't know what.
It just explodes.
You feel a slight connection to the conjuring animals spell that you've been practicing and thinking and mulling over, and it feels just like natural that you could turn into one of the Quetzalcoatlus and fly away.
Oh.
Wait, is that the big one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
He's a big boy. Yes.
What the fuck?
You've unlocked the power of flight.
Oh my god.
You can do this once per day. You can, as a bonus action, you can turn into the Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh, this is incredible. This is an incredible good day for Tortolan kind.
The only question I have is he big enough for all of us to ride?
We can turn him into the magic carpet with a rug.
Moira could probably ride on the back of him. Maybe Church, but you'd have a very hard time doing anything while flying around on him.
Okay.
So you can basically turn into a dinosaur bird now.
It is resplendent with little black feathers and it has a huge beak. It's got some odd reptilian and Tortolan tinges to it, but yeah, essentially it is a Quetzalcoatlus.
That's very cool.
And the feathers suddenly don't seem to be anywhere. They seem to have misplaced them, so dropped them or something. They're no longer there. And there are a few ravens on tops of the buildings nearby, sort of just hopping up and down and cawing, looking at poor little Crawl.
Krull is going to, as he's flying around, he's going to fly down, swoop low over the buildings, and try to scoop one of the ravens into his mouth.
Okay, so you're taking a hostile action against the ravens.
No, never mind. No. He'll think about it, though, certainly.
You can do it if you want to.
No, it's coming from the mind of the Quetzalcoatlus.
You do feel hungry. You haven't eaten much today. You had some centipedes that didn't taste very good as a snake.
I did have some berries after.
Oh, bugger in the background. The town freaks out though as you start flying around, and the villagers scatter.
Oh no! I did it again. He'll go to about where he is on the map and settle down and eventually change back to himself and try to meet back up with the group. But he definitely spent some time flying over the woods and enjoying himself first.
Okay. And Moira and Gwendolyn would be coming out of the church as well, or do you still be remaining in there a bit, not racing out like Crawl did?
I think I might have followed Church out when he went to show the others the paper fragment he found.
Okay, make another wisdom saving throw. This time you find your hand hovering over the bag of holding for a second before pulling it away. And you hear Strahd's voice in the back of your head saying, "What an ugly bird." At least you're out of the church now, nice and safe.
Keep on dreaming, Creeper.
Gwen, would you have prayed in any particular way whilst in the church? I know you're doing it to Pelor, but anything of particular note that you were doing in terms of devotion, acts of piety, and what would you have done when you come out of the church? Would you come out with Moira and Crawl or not?
No, I would have stayed behind to speak with Father Petrov to see about getting the remainder of the damage to my collarbone fixed.
He would eye you somewhat suspiciously, having seen the strangeness of your friends, but he would repair that entirely. He would invest a lot of now with the protection of the saints' remains back in the church. He would redouble his efforts.
And upon him clearing or giving me the rest. Yeah, I cannot speak today. When he finishes what he's doing, Gwen would thank him and then warn him that the bones were in close vicinity to a group of vampire spawn, and she worried that their protective magics may have been injured or may have been eroded while they were away from the church.
This startles him somewhat, but he thanks you very much so for warning him, and considers something for a moment. So, priest, let's make a wisdom saving throw. He is going to give you a finger bone of St. Androl to keep you safe.
At this, Gwen would graciously accept the finger bone, and she would urge him, she would give him, or she would say, "And the Morning Lord's blessings upon you, Father." The Dawn Lord's blessings upon you.
And he would bow and thank you and wish you the same and say, "May the bones of St. Androl keep you safe."
So this is a finger bone, how much would it weigh? 0.25 pounds?
0 weight. It
0
is,
weight.
it
Okay.
is a saint's magical bones. And you find the party outside, and some of them are looking up and peering around, looking for something.
Not really feeling like talking with anyone, Gwen would just start walking eastward.
Okay, so you're heading back to the inn, I suppose. Or are you heading towards the Burgermeister's mansion?
Well, as I mentioned, Gwen is definitely feeling like we've been putting him off way too long. So yeah, she's heading towards the Burgermeister's mansion.
Okay. Does the rest of the party follow?
Sure,
We'll say
sure.
we have Kroll running along the main street of the village, catching up with the party as he does his Tortolan jog.
I'll make it there eventually. Just give me some time.
So you all begin traipsing a bit. How would you all describe the mood of the party at present? What are your general demeanors?
Crawl feels great. It's very upbeat for all the things that have happened. Seems like he's at least in somewhat of a good mood.
Church's mood is that of a mood of a perfectly normal human mortal man.
I imagine Nodder and Grunk are a little bit depressed now, realizing that they're gonna slowly die of starvation and thirst.
Moira's just gonna be a bit creeped out by the voices in her head as just creeped out by the voices in her head that no one else seems to be hearing.
You do have the ring on your person.
Yeah, that might be doing it. But I was hoping to identify that.
You can spend 10 minutes doing that as you're walking along if you want to.
I thought you had to be like stationary for a ritual cast.
Ideally, yes, but in this situation you can do it while walking along. I will allow it.
Alright, I guess I'll identify the ring then.
Okay, so you're doing that. Nulla, are you feeling the same way that Grunk has described?
Yeah, he's in quite a solemn mood. He's not. He's just a bit upset, I guess. But he's sort of dealing with it as he goes. He's still ready to do things, and is following along with the same fury as he always has. Just a bit more solemn and cautious.
Okay, and finally, Gwen, how would you describe your mood? Besides being antisocial.
Sorry, what was that?
To Gwen, how is Gwen's mood? We've done everyone else but her, I believe.
Gwen is feeling, well, she's got a bit of resolve. She has managed to complete 2 missions that were very important to her already, and she got to smirk at the paladin turning into some kind of blood-sucking creature and collapsing the church. Things are coming up Gwen today.
Goddamn. Okay, so as Moira is identifying the ring, narrate to me how you're holding and what you're doing with the ring.
She'll pull it out of the bag of holding in the cloth she wrapped it in, and she'll hold it in her flat in her hand, and look at it while using her other hand to do the incantations as she's whispering this spell to herself.
Okay, so you would start to see threads of ethereal magic opening up and spreading out from the ring, seemingly linking towards things. You would see little flicks and flashes of red off in the distance through the geography, through the mountains, through the earth, and a large pulse and beat in the direction of the castle, in the direction of Ravenloft. And you start to realise that Strahd can talk to you through this ring. He can not make you do things, but he can persuade you to do things. But there is a lingering spark of something in the ring.
Is the persuasion attempts he makes charm? Like attempts to charm?
No.
Alright.
So, this is a ring of reckless magic. While you're attuned to this ring and wearing it, you may use a hit dice to increase the damage dice of your spells.
Interesting.
That's a free action you can just do. So, say you cast a fireball, you can roll your fireball damage dice, then roll one of your hit dice, and deduct it from your number of hit dice, and it adds that damage. And if it's a crit, you'd roll the hit dice twice.
Alright. I need to remember what my hit dice are. I think that's a D4? D6. Alright.
And this is affected by your con modifier.
Alright.
So the healthier you are, a little bit more oomph that can be leveraged and focused through this ring. That should be reckless without a W. I mistyped that. Sorry. But you eventually arrive at the Burgermeister's mansion. Dynamic lighting is, of course, not on for some weird reason. I'll add you to... Can everyone see the bomb?
Yeah, but I can
Yup.
only see 5 feet.
Oh, you can see 5 feet. Oh, okay. How about now?
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No. I insist, Tiny. Thank you.
Listen, I'm gonna thank you.
Why don't you shut the fuck up and take my thanks? I didn't mean it, Tiny. Please don't leave me.
So, this mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. This is the place where apparently there was purple flashes of light in the attic.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You heard it from the townspeople.
Huh. Sounds like he may have a vampire orgy in the attic. You gotta be careful here. Grunk's a big, strapping young lad. Grunk, why don't you do the honors?
Grunk will knock on the door with the end of his warhammer for maximum sound.
Boom, boom. And for a few moments there is no response, but a little while later, a maid comes running to the door and opens the door for you. Hello, who is it?
We are some fine old adventurers that the Burgermeister was hoping to be visited by. We're here to attend such meeting.
Oh no. There was an attack early on against the Burgermeister in the town square. He's not in the... I'm not sure if he's accepting visitors.
I will be 1 moment. Church is gonna come out here and try to hide behind this bush, and he pulls out his disguise kit like it's a makeup, like one of those makeup kits, and he starts working on his face to try and make himself look different.
Okay, she sees you.
That's okay.
That's okay.
She's like, "Sir, are you okay? There's a privy around the corner."
I wish I knew what this fucking makeup, like, the terms for this stuff. What do you call those little pocket mirrors?
A compact.
Oh yeah. So his church is like looking in his compact, like as he's like applying makeup and changing it on his face. That's okay, darling. I have everything I need here. I will only be a moment. I want to look my best for the Burgermeister. Since she's obviously can see him, he'll like turn away, and he'll occasionally look over at her in his compact before he goes back to mudding himself up.
She tries peering over Grunk, but Grunk is sort of stood in front of her. Is Grunk inhibiting her from looking at Church at all? Or?
Yeah, Grunk's kind of assumed Church is doing something a bit nefarious, so he's going to sort of bulk himself up into the doorway so she can't look past him.
Okay, make an athletics check. Yeah, you tower over this poor maid. She's like, "You can come in. I mean, I'm sorry for all the bundles of wood out here. They were for the other effigy for the festival of the blazing sun, but things didn't go very well. But all will be well." And there's dozens of framed portraits adorn the walls of the grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. The sculpture seems to be festooned with little happy and go-lucky animals, all frolicking. And it goes almost the length of the mansion, this long hallway.
At the mention of the Blazing Sun Festival, Grant will look back at Church and laugh before moving into the grand hallway and beckoning the rest of the party in.
She would gesture over to this door here and say, the parlour's just in there. I'll go and get the master and see if he's available to take your admittance.
Thank you, my lady.
And she would gently open the door, do a little curtsy, and let you all in. And it's actually a really nice room. The parlour contains a fine array of furnishings and draperies with a potpourri scent, citrus and pine cones, that sort of thing, to give it a very fresh and uplifting sort of aroma. It has a very feminine touch, but almost like someone's trying too hard to make it nice.
What's this stuff on the table here? Is that just like a flower pot?
That is potpourri. That is what people throw bits of herbs and that sort of thing into a bowl, and it aerates around the room to make it smell nice. An old school air freshener, basically. Is Gwendolyn going to stand in the foyer the entire time, or is she going to go into the parlour? You can say no. You don't have to listen to a maid. She is just a maid.
Yeah, but that's like totally not in character for Gwen. She's definitely not going to get near either of the people with the demonic eyes, though. Looking around, would Gwen be able to perhaps discern the intentions of this feminine touch you mentioned?
So the door goes click shut, just on the latch. Sure, make a insight check.
Yeah, Gwen don't know nothing about feminine ideals of decoration. Well,
Femininity is lost a little bit on Gwen. You start hearing chattering and talking coming through this wall over here. Just the one to the west.
Ooh. Rich will get up from his seat, flatten himself against the wall, and press his head against it.
You start here. Oh, make a perception check. Sorry, so you can hear. You can do some advantage since you're doing so carefully and cautiously. You start hearing a somewhat overbearing but happy woman talking about we must make more decorations. We must make more costumes for the children for the next celebration.
I am disappointed.
There's lots of feminine sounding voices chattering and talking. They all sound like they're having quite a good time as they're doing sort of arts and crafts and stitching and sewing and things like that, by the sounds of it. Knitting and purling and 1, 2, 3s.
It appears that they are planning for the next festival to be more festive.
More festive? Like killing another plant creature?
No, nothing of that sort. More along of costumes for children's arts and crafts, decorations, that type of thing.
You would hear the maid walking down the corridor as well, and you would hear the door click and the maid saying, some guests have arrived. Lady Petrovna. And the woman would be like, oh, splendid! More people for the festival? For the planning and the decorations and the sewing? And she would shake her. You'd hear No. They seem a bit rough. And with your 16, you wouldn't hear the rest of that conversation. But the gabbling and the talking of the women in the room adjacent to you continues unabashed. And again, they seem like they're having a good time, don't seem too fussed by your sudden arrival. And we will call the session here, but you have achieved a level up.
Sweet.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Daddy Tiny.
For some of you, this is a good thing. For some of you, this may be a bad thing.
Why is that?
Why is it a bad thing? Well, certain things are getting more entrenched and deeper into them.
So me and Nolo aren't doing too good.
Oh. That's too bad.
So you're now level 6, and we will call the session there.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you all for playing. As always, it's been a pleasure.
It has been wonderful.
Other than being cursed, this was great.
Yeah, don't worry about that whole thing. I'm sure it'll blow over.
Oh, yeah, of course. It'll be
I'm
fine.
sure nothing will come of this.
Nothing untoward will happen.
Nothing untoward, no.
Nothing untoward.
Nothing
Why
like
must
that.
you all mock me?
We're not mocking you, we're celebrating your colorful use of the English language.
Well, it's lasted longer than Troll's blind and deafness curse.
That was pretty fucking horrible.
Don't be stealing Madame Ava's horses. That was her favorite.
Yeah, you never realize how much you use your sight and hearing until you can't hear or see. You know?
Yeah.
So next week we won't be playing because Sam has to live his real life, I believe.
That is correct.
You fucking nerd.
I know it's rude. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
So do those levels up as thoroughly as possible for not this week coming, but the weekend after.
Sounds wonderful. I await our next meeting with bated breath.
Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe YouTube, and join the Discord as well. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.
Oh my god.
Smash that like button.
Oh my, no.